Hello YouTube, this is Lucky here at Team Kaiju Thunder. When it comes to dueling, we like to have fun here, and with Hades being our top tier duelist, the one who makes all the expensive heavy decks, I'm the guy who likes to experiment and make fun decks, which are cheap and playable. Today I'm introducing my Kaiju Exodia deck, which I thought would be a fun idea. It would be a fun idea, especially for casual, because if you know about the Exodia Incarnate, he is nearly unstoppable once you get him on the board. However, there's always been an issue with every unbeatable monster, and that's the Kaijus. So I thought to myself, if you had a Kaiju on your side of the field already, but you were controlling the Kaiju for your benefit, then your Exodia Incarnate can't be Kaiju. So what's it called? You pretty much have an unstoppable monster unless your opponent lava golems them. So I decided to make a deck about Kaijus and incorporate Exodia Incarnate. So we start off with 2 Doggerons, 2 Gardalas, and 2 Gamaseals. We run 6 of these ones total because they're all level 8, so they are trade-in targets, which help you draw into Incarnate and one of the pieces of Exodia. Also, who doesn't like drawing cards? Anyways, we also have Jizukiru, Kamungus, and Radian. These are the weaker, these 2 are weaker Kaijus that you usually want to give to your opponent. Usually, a lot of people give a Gamaseal, but since we are controlling and running Kaijus with tokens, Gamaseal is actually too powerful to give to our opponent. Doggeron and Radian and Jizukiru are pretty much the better targets to actually give to our opponent, since they can activate their effects with the tokens during your turn. So we run 2 Incarnate. 3 was a little much. Trying to make this deck as consistent as possible. 2 was a better number, along with 9 Kaiju. We got all the Exodia pieces. Usually we want to mill these with Curry Bandit or Twin Twisters. If you have any extra pieces in your hand, you got Twin Twister to discard it. You have Curry Bandit to mill it from the deck. And then we also have cards like Obliterate and Foolish Burial to help get those pieces in the grave to keep this guy as strong as possible. Then we got Kyoto Waterfront, the Kaiju Field spell. If you don't know what it does, every time a card or cards is sent from the field to a graveyard, this city gets a token or a counter on it. When there are 3 or more counters, then once per turn you can add a Kaiju from your deck to your hand. And when you want to use the Kaiju effects, you remove counters from this and a couple of the other cards that support counters. Interrupted Kaiju Slumber, we would run at 3, but ever since the ban list, this got knocked down to 2. Very good staple for any Kaiju based deck. Twin Twisters eliminate Solemns, and also any other spell or trap cards that may worry you. And also a good way to get rid of any extra Exodia parts that are in your hand. 3 Trains for draw power, Upstart for draw, 1 day apiece for draw, Foolish Burial to send a piece of Exodia to the grave. We use Terraforming to search out a waterfront, help you get your tokens faster so that the Kaijus can actually help you defend while you're trying to summon Incarnate. Unexpected Die, so you can, if you have no monsters on the field, you can instantly get a piece of Exodia, one of the 4 main body parts, to the field. That way, if you have him in your hand, you can just play this, get a piece from the deck onto the field, then summon him, and your boss monster is ready to go. We play one of the X-Files because what I like to do is, let's say Kyoto Waterfront's on the field. I use Interrupted Kaiju Slumber to nuke the field. Also, Incarnate would not be affected if he is in play. I usually give my opponent either Doggeron or Radian, and then I give myself I give myself Jizukiru or Dagron, and then what actually happens is that after I run over the weaker kaiju that I give to him, then I use X-Files to switch out into Gamma Seal. And this is only if we have counters on the field, because once we get Gamma Seal on the field with counters, that's a game changer and not good for your opponent. We play 2 capture missions to help get more counters onto the field. Also, you can put, if we have like 5 counters on the field already, and use Slumber to give your opponent a Doggeron and give yourself the Gamma Seal. You can use this to put Doggeron to face down defense mode, so your Gamma Seal can run over it, and you can actually keep his effect active to negate anything that tries to stop you. 3 Obliterates, which are new, pretty common in all the Exodia incarnate versions. Sends a piece of the deck to the graveyard, piece from the deck to the graveyard. Then you can bounce a monster on any side of the field, your opponent's side of the field. And actually, no, you can use it on any side of the field. So you can bounce your own monsters if you felt like something was about to die that you didn't want to. So use this to get pieces in the grave, power up him, and also if this leaves the field, you get add an Exodia or Forbidden One piece from your graveyard back to your hand. But yeah, a good combo to play with this is summoning a Kaiju to your opponent's side of the field, summoning one to your side, and then using Obliterate to actually get the enemy Kaiju back into your hand to use once again to kind of troll your opponent a little bit. This can be seen, if you want to play a more competitive version of this little trick, you can do Yosenju Kaiju, but with it being Exodia, like I said, it's a fun deck. Meant pretty more for casual games, but it's actually doing fairly decent online. And then we have Jar of Avarice. This is to put back any incarnates back into the deck if you got accidentally milled them with Curry Bandit. And also to refill your Kaiju targets if you got some active Slumbers on the field, or get some of your draw power cards back. So this is a deck has been doing pretty decent for me. As I said before, this deck is meant to be more fun and kind of not trolly, but interesting. It's not meant for regionals or nationals, but it's a little something fun that give people a good laugh or a pretty fun game. So hope you guys enjoyed this deck profile. Please don't forget to subscribe to our channel and give it a thumbs up. And also, if you have a fun deck idea, I would be more than happy to take a look at it and tinker around with it. So enjoy your day, guys. See ya. Lucky out.